Roxamore Sports Network starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Can you feel that? Tell me, can you feel that? You see it coming? Yeah, let me help you with your vision. They losing their sight here. Time to send the world a message they might hear. Like Meek Mills, I'm making it quite clear. I'm chasing my dreams and fighting my nightmares. I'm going real hard. I'm talking words you understand. I'm talking real bars. I'm going everywhere you know. I'm talking real far. Yeah, it's time to raise a toast to this thing to the Lord the most. As I go from coast to coast, I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse and I set to let it blow. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, time to check my status and the GOAT is what it be. And you know I'm over 30, so my level is a G. And I may be from the hood, but I'm way beyond these streets. And my pockets hate a diet, so they always down to eat. Even though they screaming fame, and it's always spelling me. And I'll never hang it up till my mission is complete. And I'm looking at you haters, I suggest you take a seat. Cause it's all fun and games to a killer show his teeth. This is for them cats that be screaming homies. Claiming that you're real, but we know you're phony. Now I'm chillin' with my sons, they my one and only. Like the Triller brothers, yeah, we screamin' lions only. Step into this den, I welcome all who will dare. Never met a David, tell me whom shall I fear? Gotta rep the nation, black and gold is what I wear. If you look to your left, to your right, I'm everywhere. I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse and I set to let it.
Good afternoon and welcome live North Versailles Bowling Center here in North Versailles, PA, live on Roxamore Sports Network, where we have the Woodland Hills Wolverine varsity male and female bowling teams versus the Propel Lions bowling teams. So far, with play under the way, the Lady Wolverines have a lead, slim lead right now of 82 to 75. As we are right now in the first game of a 3-game match. So far, we've seen some good bowling. Looks like everyone is pretty much getting their legs underneath them, getting used to the lanes and the oil pattern. Up for the Lady Wolverines, spare conversion there on that left-hand lane, lane 23, lane 24. Now, over on lane 25 for the Propel boys, that was Ben Prost. And he gets up and throws a 4. Looks like he throws a 6 and leaves 4 pins. Up on lane 24 for the Lady Wolverines. Shakira Williams as she converts on the spare. Lane 26, and it's a strike for Mike Farini of the Wolverines. And Mike is on a 3-bagger so far, so turkey early for Mike over there for the male Wolverines. And throws the 8 here. And leaves 2 for that. Angela Zhang for the Lady Wolverines. She's up for a conversion. Looks pretty good here. She needs to do is touch them, and a great spare conversion. For Angela Zhang. Up for the Lady Lions. Going over to the boys division, we have a 10-pin for the male Lions, and he gets up and then drive by there, not close on a conversion. So good effort, good effort. So far, again, here in the third frame, we have the Lady Wolverines leading the Lady Lions 128 to 98. Then in the men's division, we have the varsity boys Wolverines, the Lions 202 to 116. So they have a decided advantage. Right now, both of the Propel Lion teams are 0-4, and both of the Wolverine teams are 3-1, with their loss coming to White Oak early on our first broadcast. So far, it looked like they've locked in. That was a good ball there. Jessica. Good shot by Jessica for the Wolverines. Up on the right lane, lane 24, leaves a 7-pin. Jonna Hill. So this is a pretty easy shot for Jonna. She should be able to lay that ball down and let it roll over there and take out the 7-pin, as she does perfectly. Great shot, great pickup for Jonna. Shot conversion. Good spare there. That was for Sierra Ford on the Lady Wolverines. Good pickup there on that left lane. Up for the Lady Lions is Shakira Williams, and it looks like she gets about, like she picks up 3 pins. Up for the Lady Wolverines is Angela Zhang, and she gets 5 on her first ball. Up for the spare conversion, and it's wide right. So that's a total 3 pins there in that frame for Shakira Williams. For the spare conversion for the Lady Wolverines, Angela Zhang is up, lays the ball out nicely, and picks up the spare. Great spare conversion. All right, for Micaiah Carter up on the Carpenter on the right lane. She has a tough spare. She needs to get the ball to the right of the head pin and slide the head pin over, but the ball has to take out the rest of the pins, and looks like she might have a shot at it. Nah, and she almost converts it. That was a great effort by this young lady. She doesn't even realize how difficult of a spare that was, but she almost converted it. She throws the ball so soft that it almost ricocheted off, and it did take out the 7, but she had 1 pin left. So up on the left lane for the conversion for the Lady Wolverines. Tanya Ward, and she misses the conversion there. First ball on the right side. Ariana Baldino for the Lady Lions. She gets 9 on her first ball. Up on the Lady Wolverines, and it looks like she was robbed there. That was a great pocket shot. That was a true tap there for Jessica and the Lady Wolverines. And a spare conversion for Ariana, Lady Lions, a Propel. Good pickup. So far, the Lady Wolverines are winning this first match 214 to 130. And a spare pickup by Jessica. Good pickup. Maya, looks like Naya White on the right lane. Has a 5 on her first attempt. Up on the right lane. Jonna Hill, and looks like she gets a little light. The ball goes high, slightly through the nose, and leaves 2 pins there. And a spare conversion, and she converts. It looks like the 6-10, and Jonna picks that up. Has so far 65 in the 4th frame. Up on the right lane for the Lady Wolverines is Sierra Ford. Right now, Sierra has 45 and is working off of a spare. So for those that don't know, when you get a spare in bowling, the score is calculated with the next ball that you throw off of a spare, and off of a strike is calculated with the next 2 balls. So Sierra Ford gets Sierra gets a 8 and leaves a 6-10. So that should be a pretty easy spare conversion for her. Up on the right lane is Shakira, and she gets a 9. Looks like she left a 5 pin. So this should be so Sierra's up for the conversion, and she gets it. Sometimes when you shoot at those pins there at 6-10, it's easy to chop it and leave 1, but she did pick that up, and Shakira misses the 5 pin, which was a relatively easy pin to hit because it's in the center of the lane, but she just has to focus and keep her eyes on her mark and roll the ball over her mark. So right now, here at the top of the 5th frame, the Lady Wolverines are leading the Lady Lions 252 to 159. Again, the record for the Lady Wolverines is 3-1, and the record for the Lady Lions is 0-4. So Today, either the Wolverines, boys and the girls, will be getting a better record, or either the Lady Lions and the Male Lions will be getting off the mat here and getting their first victory. But nonetheless, it's great to see these youngsters bowling. Great opportunity for college and scholarships in bowling. Just teaching the kids a lot of lessons, learning how to be on teams and learning how to work together. Learning how to set yourself up for success. A lot of life lessons coming out of this bowling. I'm a big proponent of exposing kids to all activities here, giving them opportunity to play all sports and athletics. Great conversion there by Angela, the Lady Wolverines. Up for the Lady Lions on lane 23 is Ariana. And she lays the ball down, and it looks good into the pocket. She leaves a split. Oh, and she gets a little pin action there. Looks like she has the 4-9. Looks like a 4-9 split, which is able to be converted. But up on the right lane, Tanea Ward leaves one, and the conversion is no good for Ariana, Lady Lions. So we'll see here if this can be converted. 9-pin, looks like here. And the first ball for Naya on White on the Lady Lion. She gets one. Picks out the 10-pin, which made for a right hand. It might be the most difficult pin to pick up. Conversion is up. Man, it looks like she rushed it a little bit. Tanaya Ward, she misses the spare conversion. Up on lane 23. Naya picks it up. Good spare conversion. Good pickup by Naya White for the Lady Lions. Once again, for the Lady Wolverines, up is Jessica. Up, approach is good, lays the ball down, and hits at about 10, right in the pocket. True tap. Like she's a solid 8-pin. That's considered a true tap, as a solid 8-pin. A lot of people think that the 10-pin is a tap, can be a tap, but that solid 8-pin, the ball just failed to do its job and take it out. Maybe due to the angle or due to the ball speed, but everything looked good. Ball was in the pocket. Let's see if she can pick up the spare conversion here. Then the approach. Shouldn't be a problem for her. She lets the ball roll, and she picks it up. Great spare. So up. For the Lady Wolverines is their anchor bowler, Jonna Hill. Last time we were out, she had a high game of a 224. So she's a pretty good bowler. Young lady has a great game. She lays the ball down, pitches it out wide, and back to the pocket, a little pin action. And she leaves one, a 4-pin. She didn't quite get back to the pocket, but nonetheless, she had a lot of pin action there. Sarah Ford is up on lane 23 for the Lady Wolverines. Lays the ball down in a little tight, and she gets high on that head. Leaves a 6-10 pin. So that should be a relatively easy conversion. Jonna on the conversion, lays the ball down at about 15. Cleans up the spare. So the Lady Wolverines have increased their lead. Up right now, 332 to 192 over the Lady Lions. Sierra misses somewhat of an easy conversion. Up for the Lady Lions is Shakira Williams. Lays the ball down and takes her eye off her mark and bowls it into the gutter. One of the things about bowling is, a lot of these youngsters have to realize is that it's not about looking at the pins. Bowling is a game about math and angles, control and ball speed. So it's more than just getting it and throwing a ball, because there's some things out here that you normally wouldn't see when you're at a bowling event, like different oil patterns that can affect the way the ball reacts, your release, your ball speed. So bowling is not as simple as one would think. But nevertheless, these youngsters are out here having a good time, and they're bowling, they're having fun, and they're doing a good activity, a good team building activity, getting some experience being on a good team. So once again, you're live on Roxamore Sports Network, bowling at North Versailles Bowling Center here in North Versailles, PA, with the Woodland Hills Wolverine varsity girl and boys bowling against the varsity Lions of Propel. Right now, the Lady Wolverines are leading the Lady Lions 338 to 202, and the male Wolverines have a decisive advantage right now over the Propel male varsity, 533 to 242. Here early, midway through, I would say, the first match. Again, this will be a 3-game match. Each game is 1 point, and so the team that wins 2 out of the 3 will be considered the winner of the match. Tanaya Ward is up for the Lady Wolverines with a spare conversion attempt. And she rolls the ball, and it looks very close, but not quite. And she misses the conversion. It looks like it was a 5-pin. Up on the Lady Lions, throwing the ball pretty hard there for Ariana. All right, Ariana misses the spare conversion. 6 when she has a 63 so far. Up on the right lane, Jonna Hill for the Lady Wolverines goes a little high and leaves a 4-pin. That should be a pretty easy spare conversion for her. Nia White goes up on the right lane and gets 3. She takes out the 4-7-8. And so this conversion is not that easy. Well, let's see what she does here. So, and she takes out the other side. She ends up with 5 in that frame. Up, Jonna Hill for spare conversion. Easy conversion for her. She has great form. Great form. One of the things that you have to figure out about bowling is that bowling is not about power. A lot of people do throw the ball hard, but it's all about being accurate and all about repeating shots. Learning how to repeat the shot, learning how to be precise, and learning how to look at angles. Up for the Lady Wolverines is Sierra Ford. And she throws a 7. Leaves a 3-6-10. Up on the left lane, Shakira Williams leaves 2 pins. Like she leaves a 3-9. Good pickup there for Sierra Ford. Good pickup. That was a great pickup there for the young lady. Spare conversion. This is a difficult conversion here. You'd have to hit Shakira. You'd have to hit that pin head on the 3 and drive it straight back into the 9, but she missed it. Up for the Lady Wolverines on lane 24. Angela's up, and she takes her eye off her mark and rolls a gutter ball. Up for the Lady Lions. Macasia Carpenter, and she bowls a 3. Spare conversion off of a gutter ball, and she picks it up. Great shot off of a gutter ball for Angela. Way to go out and pick up that spare. You know, there's a saying in bowling, you know, that if you cannot make a spare, if you can't make it, don't leave it. If you can't make a spare, don't leave it, you know. So that was a great conversion there. Up for the Lady Wolverines on lane 24. Tanaya, and she gets 1. Picks out the 7 pin out of the rack. Sometime when practicing, in order to get better at some of these conversions, youth bowlers, and I would take some young people, have my youngsters out, and I would take my daughters out, and I would have them pick out the pins, shoot and make with a full rack, shoot at the 7, with a full rack, shoot at the 10 pin, just to get used to converting those. That's pretty difficult to do. So that makes it easy when you have it by yourself to be able to pick it up. But that was a good effort by her. Young lady didn't end up with 1 in that frame, but going forward, Ariana gets a 9 on lane 23. Looks like she leaves a 2 pin there. And a great ball on the right lane by Jessica. Great ball. And a spare conversion is good by Ariana. So here in the 7th frame, getting to the end of the 7th frame, we have our anchor bowlers, Naya for the Lady Lions and Jana for the Lady Wolverines up. She sets up at about 25, rolls the ball out to about 5 and back to the pocket. Little bit light in the pocket, left for 10 pin. So the 10 pin for the right-hander is one of the most difficult spare conversions. Naya goes up and she converts the spare. So that was a great spare conversion because she had a sleeper pin here. But here, Jana's up on the right lane, converting the 10 pin. You have to flatten your hand out and roll the ball straight, and she hooks at it and barely touches it. She threw a plastic ball at it. That's why that ball was able to stay on line and take out the 10 pin. So that was a great pickup for the young lady here. So at the end of 7 frames here at North Versailles Bowling Center here in North Versailles, PA, the Lady Wolverines are leading the Lady Lions 446 to 251. So our recent broadcast here, one last night, we had the varsity boy male Wolverine basketball team playing against McKeesport. A great match last night, 57 to 56. The Wolverines were on the short end of the stick of that, but it was a great effort by the young men. They got out and played hard in McKeesport. Also, Sunday, we had a chance to travel up to Cleveland Cavaliers Stadium, and the Lady Wolverines played against East Cleveland Tech. and they came back from, I believe it was a 16 or 15-point deficit to take the lead and win that game by about 8 points or so. But then it was a great opportunity for those ladies and everyone to spend time and be a part of the experience of the Cleveland Cavs. And we like to thank Cleveland Cavs, Dan Gilbert, the whole organization for the opportunity that we had to come up and be a part of that whole game for the ladies at Rocket Mortgage Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. To take some time right now looking at on the right lane. That's Angela. Zhang misses a spare for the Lady Wolverines. And Shakira Williams misses the spare conversion for the Lady Lions. Up for the Lady Wolverines on the left lane, 23. Tanaya Ward, right now she has 43 in the 7th frame. And she is off of an open with 1 pin the last frame. This ball looks good, and she gets a strike. Great shot. Great shot. Great concentration, great extension, follow through. On the right lane, for the Lady Lions, Makasia Carpenter, and she gets 1. Picks the 7 pin out of the rack. On the right lane, 10 pin for Jessica. So this is, once again, that 10 pin is a difficult conversion. You have to really take your time and work on that. Not just as easy just to walk up and pick it up. There's an actual technique to picking up the 10 pin. I like to walk up and focus on a middle arrow and roll the ball out over the middle arrow towards the pin, towards the 10 pin, and flatten my hand out. See if she picks it up and throws it out and hooks it at it, but gets it to hold on. Great pickup there for Jessica on that 10 pin. And Jessica has 146 in the 8th frame and is working on a spare. Up on the right lane, Ariana bowls a split. Looks like she leaves a 3. It looks like a 3-4-7, a 3-4-7 split. And she picks up the 4-7, leaves 1 pin. Pin count is important in a close match. You would like to be able to pick up as many pins as possible in a close match. So that's a great ball there on the left lane for Jonna Hill. She's the anchor bowler for the Lady Wolverines, and she leaves a 7 pin. Should be an easy conversion for her. Nia White is up on the right lane for the Lady Lions, and she leaves a 7-10 split. Now, this is the most difficult spare conversion in bowling. I haven't seen it made a whole lot. Spare conversion there. And pickup for Jonna Hill. Good ball. This is very difficult. You have to hit the pin, either the 7 or the 10, whatever you're comfortable with, and bounce it out on the back and maybe bounce it over to pick up the other one. But I've only picked that up once or twice in my long tenure of bowling, about 20 years or so of bowling. But that is a very difficult spare conversion, the most difficult in bowling. So right now, after 8 frames here at North Versailles Lanes, the Lady Wolverines are winning 534 to 293 over the Lady Lions of Propel. Here live on Roxamore Sports Network. And on the left lane, Shakira Williams gets 6 in, leaves a split. difficult spare conversion as well. Good spare conversion there for Sierra Ford on the right lane. This conversion is difficult as well, but not quite as difficult as the 710. But she needs to get that head pin over and slide over and let the head pin take out. Good try, the 10 pin. But good effort there. Good effort for Shakira. Up for the Lady Wolverines. Angela lays the ball down, and she gets 3 pins there. Good shot. Up on the right lane for the Lady Lions. Asia Carpenter, and she leaves a split. So it looks like she leaves a difficult spare conversion there. And she bowls the ball like she goes down the middle and does not any pins. So it looks like she left a 6-7-10 split, which is pretty difficult to pick up. Up on the right lane for the Lady Wolverines, Tanea Ward. She got a strike on her last time up. That one was not quite as smooth. She bounced the ball a little bit. She's got to take her time and lay the ball down. Good ball there. And almost a strike. Good ball. She leaves a 9 pin for Ariana on the Lady Lions on lane 23. So this spare conversion for Tanea Ward is going to be just she has to get the ball to either take out the pins, take out the 1, 2, 10, or not. And it looks like she missed it. So on a spare conversion for Ariana, she missed it. Going a little bit too fast. One thing about bowling, you have to be deliberate in your steps, to take your time, pretty much do everything the same. It's about repeating. And that's a gutter ball by Jessica. That's a good game by her. She had a 140 in the, great ball by Nia White, and she gets a strike. Jessica for the Lady Wolverines was working on a 146, and with that gutter ball in a ninth, she'll be at a 146, and then she has the opportunity to clean it up though here, so she can get the extra points here in the ninth frame. And she lays the ball down, gets the ball out wide to about the second board, and she gets 8. So that gives her a score of 154 in the ninth frame with 1 frame to go here. The battle between the Lady Lions and the Lady Wolverines. Score is 5-7-0. The Lady Wolverines to the Lady Lions at 326. So it looks like here in the first game over here on the men's division, men's side, varsity boys side, the score is 8-47. Woodland Hills Wolverine men's varsity team. 2. It's like 407 for the male Lions. So the Wolverines have a decided advantage there. Great ball over here for Sierra Ford, starting the 10th frame. So one thing about the 10th frame is you have an opportunity to bowl 3 strikes in the 10th frame. if you strike each ball. So you can get, depending on what you have going into the 10th, but you can get an extra 30 in a 10th frame if you strike all 3 times. And that just, like I said, that depends on what you're off of, whether you have a spare conversion or you're on a strike or you're on a double going into the 10th frame. So that was a great shot there by Sierra. On the second ball, she leaves 1. Spare conversion on the right lane for Shakira, and it looks like she lays the ball down a little bit wide. And she leaves 4 pins. Great spare conversion for Sierra, the Lady Wolverines, and she closes out that game with a 147. So it looks like the big bowlers for the boys division showed up. Dan Patowski showed up with a high game of a 246. And it looks like also Mike Farrington for the male, for the Wolverine boys scored a nice game, 209. So that's why the Wolverines have a decisive victory there. So it looks like Dan finishes with a 258. That's a great game for the young man. That's a great game for anyone, especially a high school bowler. So you can look forward to this young man maybe bowling collegiately, or you get an opportunity to do some other bowling here. But that's a great game for a young bowler. Back to the 10th frame for the ladies. Angela Zhang is up on the right lane, and she had a 10 pin, and she misses a 10 pin. Drive by on a 10 pin. Just has to open up her shoulders a little bit and go at the pin, not close her shoulders, and the ball goes right back. Ball's up, and great shot for Ariana. Strike in the 10th frame. So far she has a 108 with a strike in the 10th. Good ball there. Good ball there by Tanaya. For the Lady Wolverines, and she leaves a 10 pin. She should be able to pick this up. Next ball, bonus ball here for Ariana. And she rolls the ball. Looks like a good ball. And she leaves a split. So in the 10th frame. So far, Ariana has a 115, and she has 1 ball left. The score total for the Lady Wolverines is 637. To the Lady Lions, 354. So the Lady Wolverines have a decided advantage here in the first of 3 games here, live at North Versailles Bowling Center, where the Wolverines of Woodland Hills varsity teams are going against the Propel Lions of Braddock Hills in a bowling tournament. A bowling high school bowling match. Jessica's up for the Lady Wolverines, and she gets 8, leaves 2 pins. Naya is up for the Lady Lions, and she gets a 9. Naya has so far a 121, so she'll have to pick up this spare conversion here in order to get a better score. I think she leaves a 9 pin. And it looks like Jessica misses it, the conversion, and she ends up with a 163. So a good game for Jessica, Lady Wolverines. Up for the last bowler up for this first game here is Jana for the Lady Wolverines, and she has a 160 going into the 10th. Great rotation, a little bit high, and she leaves one pin. So she's going to either have to get the ball out a little bit wider or change her angle to the pocket, move a little bit deeper. She has a lot of rotation, a lot of revs on that ball. And this should be a pretty easy spare conversion for her. And she throws a plastic ball and converts to a spare. The score so far is the Lady Lions have 372. They have completed their first match. They have completed the first game. And the Lady Wolverines have 665 with their last bowler up for her last ball. She lays the ball down, gets it out, and it's a stone 10 pin. Played a little bit flatter with the ball, but great game, a 188 for Jonna Hill. So she is the high bowler for the Lady Wolverines. And for the Lady Lions, it would be Nia White. Bowls a 121. So after one match here, the Lady Wolverines have taken a 1-0 lead, and the male Wolverines have a 1-0 lead as well over the Propel Lions. We thank you for joining us this afternoon live on Roxamore Sports Network. We are going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, live here at North Versailles Bowling Center. I'd like to thank you for joining us here at Roxamore Sports, where you have a variety of sports that you can see here. Right now, we are in a match, tough match here for the Lady Lions of Propel and the Lady Wolverines of Woodland Hills. And I think this second match, we are going to go to the boys bowling teams, and look at the varsity boys teams. But once again, we'd like to thank you for coming here and joining us live at North Versailles Bowling Center here in North Versailles, PA, on Lincoln Highway. For all your bowling needs, come on out here, 356 Lincoln Highway, North Versailles, PA, 15137. Give them a call, 412-824-6700. Come on out, enjoy yourself, have a great time at North Versailles Bowling Center. So we are going to go to live action, but before we go to live action, we would like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Cager's Custom Artwork. For all your logo, artwork, and design needs, please follow Cliff Cager on Facebook, Instagram, Cliff Cager42. Call 412-915-6873. Email cagerscustomartwork@gmail.com. Flat rate for logos, $50. Cager's Custom Artwork. So once again, we are live here, and we just like to thank you for taking some time out of your afternoon, being with us here live on Roxamore Sports. Follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, download our app, or visit www.roxamoresports.com. Going back to live action here, we are looking at the Wolverine varsity male bowling team. They are up right now 1-0 over the Propel Lions of Braddock Hills. 1-0. First game here, Dan Patowski, I guess the anchor bowler for the Wolverines. He had an honor score, a high score, 258. That's a great game by a young man. He's putting up some good scores this year. So far, the Wolverines have had a great season so far. They're 3-1. Only loss coming in our first broadcast was down in White Oak, at White Oak Lanes. But so far, they have looked like they found their stroke. They are coached by Coach Cherry, the Wolverines, boys and girls, and the Propel Lions are coached by Coach Robertson. So one team is looking for a win here. The Lions are 0-4 in the girls and the boys division, and the Wolverines are 3-1, both teams, the male and female. So looks like first game for the Wolverines, the varsity, they won. So deciding match here is like 842 to like 417. So it was a big win there. Actually, the score for the first match was 897 to 407. So that was a decided victory for the men in the first match. So up, let's look at the rosters here for the boys teams here. So the lineup for the male division varsity: Malik Taylor for Braddock Hills Propel, Ben Probst, Devon Maddock, Andre Johnson, and DeQuay Watkins. All right, on the men's side for the Wolverines, we have Carson Herrick, and we have Zach Mascro, Mike Farrington, Tyler Larson, and Dan Patowski. So we are here in the early in the third frame of the second game where the Wolverine varsity males team are winning the match so far 1-0. And so far in this second match, they are leading 148-104. It's a little close. I think the coach made a couple substitutions here, putting in a couple different players here. Looks like we have a player in for the Wolverines. Zach Bavers is in as a sub, so look like the coach is trying to get some of these other young men some competition. That was a great ball there by Mike Farrington. Looked like a great ball, 10 pins in the pit. Up for the Lions, the male Lions. Devon Maddock, looks like he gets a 6. Threw a gutter the first ball. Up is Andre Johnson, I believe, for the Lions. And looks like he picks up 3 pins. Up for the Wolverines, Tyler Larson, 10 in the pit. Great shot, Tyler. Great shot. Up for the Lions, Andre Johnson, he picks up 2, so he has 6 pins that frame for a total of 23 so far. Up for the Wolverines, Dan Patowski. He has a great bowling name. Great bowling name, great kid, great touch. Laid the ball down and let it roll out. Back to the pocket, 10 in the pit. So it looks like Dan was struggling there the first 2 frames with 2 frames open out of the first 3 off of a 258 game. So we'll see if he can get it together. But he has his teammate here, Tyler Larson, who is on a 3-bagger out the gate, a little turkey. So Tyler comes out the gate with a little turkey. And I guess they're going to have to see. Great pickup there for a young man, DeQuay Watkins. It looks like a great pickup there. 9 and a spare. Takes out the 7 pin. So up for the Lions, it looks like we have Dean up. So Dean must be a sub or someone that was subbed into the lineup, because I'm sorry, we don't have a last name for Dean, so I guess he's going to be like famous, like Prince. There's a person with one name, so Dean. That's all we have. But Dean is up, and he attempts to get a spare, and he misses it. But once again, high school bowling alive and well here in Western Pennsylvania. Today's matchup, Braddock Hills Propel Lions versus the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Varsity bowling, male and female division. We have a 3-1 Wolverine team and a 0-4 Lion team. Great ball on that left lane there for Ben Probst. Ben will go up and try to pick up a spare conversion. And on the right lane, that's a great ball by Zach Bavers. So it looks like great ball, Zach. Up on the right lane, Ben is up. His approach, lays the ball down, took his eye off the mark, and misses the spare conversion. Once again, bowling is a great family activity, a great team building activity, a great sport. You get out and bowl, have a great time, get an opportunity, come out to North Versailles Bowling Center here in North Versailles, PA, and enjoy yourself and have a great time bowling. These young people are out here bowling, competition, having a great time. And the Wolverines are leading the Lions right here in the male division as we're walking the second game here. And a strike there for Tyler Larson. He is on a 4-bagger. And I believe they call that a ham bone. That's a ham bone. A 4-bagger is a ham bone. So he had a turkey, which was a 3-bagger. Little. Now he's on a ham bone. So looks like Dan, the anchor bowler, is up. He was struggling a little bit early. He hits the pocket, throws the ball, leaves a 10-pin. So this is the most difficult pickup here for a right-hander, a single pin conversion, which would be the 10-pin. Lay the ball down, and he gets the ball out straight across there. Center pin out to the 10-pin. Great pickup, textbook pickup for a young man. Great pickup. He's a great bowler. He threw that ball 20 miles per hour. So he throws the ball hard at the 10-pin and makes sure it stays on line. But that was a great pickup there by a young man. Up for the Lions, Andre Johnson, and he misses a spare conversion. He leaves 4, and he gets 6. So he has 29 there. So we are early in the second match here, where the Woodland Hills Wolverine varsity male team is leading the Propel Lions male team. And that ball goes in the gutter and jumps out and picks up a pin. So the Quay, we're going to have a stoppage in play here. They're going to have to reset the pins because that ball came out of the gutter and hit the pins, which is illegal. So they'll reset. While we have a moment here, once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us here live on Roxamore Sports, where you can find a variety of sports here. We have basketball, we have football, we have bowling, we have tennis, volleyball. So make sure you join us at Roxamore Sports Network. Follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, download our app, or visit www.roxamoresports.com. Once again, live here at North Versailles Bowling Center. Great opportunity for these youngsters to get out and bowl and have a good time and enjoy family and enjoy their friends, enjoy their teammates and their fellow students and their teammates, school, to get out and do a great team sport up on the right lane. Looks like Malik Taylor for the Lions, and up on the left lane was Dean. All right, so up for the Wolverines, that is Deontay Johnson, Dean Johnson. So we wanted to find out who this young man is. He's up here bowling. We want to make sure we enunciate him properly. Up for the Wolverines is Zach. And Zach is on, he has 47, and he gets 1 on his first ball. And he goes for the spare conversion, and he picks up 6 for a total of 7. So Zach has 59 here. Up on the right lane is Ben for the Lions, and he gets a 3, and he has 35. So right now here, midway through the second match, the Woodland Hills Wolverines are leading 330 to 168. Oh, great shot by Mike Farrington. 10 in the pit. Flush shot. And on the right lane, great shot. Davon Maddox. Great shot. 10 in the pit for Davon. So bowling is about concentration, repeating the shot. So one of the things you have to do in bowling is you have to start in the same place in order to end in the same place. It's not possible to get the same result if you stand in different places. So up on the right lane, great shot there by Tyler Larson, who is on a 5-bagger. So Tyler right now with 5 strikes in a row. Looks like he have a ham bone, turkey, ham bone, and he is bringing the sides. So great opportunity for that young man through 5 frames with 5 strikes. Up for the Wolverines, Dan Patowski rolls the ball out and dead flush in the pocket. And he gets tapped. Nine, and this should be a fairly easy spare for Dan. But Andre Johnson, it looks like on the Lions, threw 2 gutter balls. Great pickup there on that left lane by Dan. Up on the right lane. The Quay Watson, I believe, gets a 7. So just taking a sneak peek at the ladies division here in the second game. Looks like the Lady Wolverines are leading the Lady Lions 209 to 110. And they are early in the 4th frame in their match. So we'll keep an eye on that. But back to the boys division. Dean Johnson is up again for the Wolverines. And on the Propel side, Malik Taylor, he's up and rolls the ball. Soft with the ball. But, again, strike. It's not about the speed. And a strike. So this game is heating up here. These gentlemen are bowling strikes now. We've had 2 strike balls. Once again, it's not about how hard you throw the ball when you are bowling. It's about precision, accuracy, and repeating shot and angles. You get the ball into the pocket at a great angle. I bowled against people that throw the ball 10 miles per hour, 11 miles per hour, and against other people that are bowling the ball 17 and 18 miles per hour. And the person that was bowling the ball soft was striking. So that was a great ball there by Zach. On the right line. I think his last name, hard to read this writing here. Zach's last name is Berverso. I'm not sure, but this writing is different. But Zach is bowling well so far, and he is up, and he has 68 so far in the 6th frame. Up on the right lane is Devon Maddock, and last ball he had a strike, but this one he gets 5 in the first ball. And it looks like Mike Arrington throws a strike there. Mike has a great game going as well, as he has a 9 spare, and he has thrown 5 in a row. So he has a 140 spare conversion there for Devon Maddox, and he misses. Up for the Wolverines, Tyler Larson, looking for the 6-bagger, and he gets the ball out, and he's 6 in a row. Great shot. Once again, that young man is locked in. Sometimes you get that. You get locked in and you just continue to throw the ball and just lay the ball down and let it work. Up for the Wolverines, Dan Patowski lays the ball down, and he strikes. It's like he had a ball change there. I'm not sure if he went to a ball that was a little bit less aggressive, that would go a little bit longer. So Dan is the one of the captains for the Wolverines. He's a great bowler here. Again, he had a great game. The first game with a 258 honor score, great score. So after resetting the pins on the left lane due to the dead wood, and we have a strike there, and it looks like, I'm not sure. I thought I saw a pin standing there for Andre Johnson on the left lane, but the rack may have taken it down. But so as we have a pause in action here in order for them to get the pins reset. Once again, we'd like to thank you this afternoon for joining us here live at North Versailles Bowling Center here in North Versailles, PA. 356 Lincoln Highway. The phone number 412-824-6700. Bring your family out. Come on out and enjoy a great time bowling at North Versailles Bowling Center. Once again, here in the second game of a three-game match. Three-game match, we have the varsity male Wolverines leaving the varsity Lions, 518 to 226. We have a couple bowlers here. Mike Farrington and Tyler Larson are on fire this game. Mike is on a 290 game, and Tyler is on a 300 game. Last game, the captain, Dan Patowski, I believe, had a 258 first game, so he had a great game. He kind of looks like he might be pumping his brakes a little bit this second game. He got a couple of teammates that are on a string, so he can kind of relax a little bit. Doesn't have to bowl as hard this match. But nonetheless, this is fun. Good opportunities for these young people to get out and bowl. Have a good time. Team sport. Great time. Thank you for joining us live on Roxamore Sports, bowling, and a host of other sports that you can see live. Up on the lane 25, DeQuay Watson. It's 8. Leaves 2 pins. And we'll see if DeQuay can convert the spare here. And it looks like he kind of bowled with one hand, tried to throw a backup ball, and got the ball into the gutter. But nonetheless, tried to pick up the spare, was unsuccessful. So here at the top of the 7th frame, here in the second match, the varsity Wolverines are leading the varsity Lions in the male division, 518 to 242. Great shot there by Mr. Johnson. Great shot there. Up on the left lane, Malik Taylor, and he gets 6. Yeah, that is the right lane. That is on the right lane. He gets a 6. Well, I guess I meant the other right, but again, he's up for the spare conversion, and he's accurate with the ball, and the ball deflects and does not take out all the pins, and he opens the frame up. So he has 58 there, and up on the left lane is Zach. Reverso, looks like Zach is up, and he gets a split. So this is going to be a difficult spare conversion. Looks like he needs to get the ball to the right of that pin and slide it over and let that pin take out the 7 pin, but he bowls it right between them and misses a conversion. So up on the left lane is Mike Farrington, I believe, and Mike is up, and he is on a 290 pace with one spare and all strikes so far. Going into the 7th frame, the approach. Ball is down. It looks like it's a little tight. Oh, but high flush. Great strike. Great strike there. So that gives Mike 170 in a 7th frame. And on the right lane, that was Devon Maddox. He gets 6 on his first ball. Up on the left lane, Tyler Larson working on a perfect game. Ball's in, and he leaves a 10-pin. So, no perfect game here today, but great scores nonetheless. On that right lane, Devon misses a spare, gets a 6 in that frame, and score of 53 so far. So let's see here if Tyler can go up there. Probably a little frustrated because he didn't strike. Threw a good ball, just didn't carry. Let's see if he can calm down and pick up this 10-pin. And a split on the right lane for Andre Johnson. And conversion is good by Tyler Larson. Great run by that young man as he started the game out with 6 strikes in a row and a 9 spare in the 7th. So the Wolverines have a decisive lead right now over the Lions, 604 to 278 here in the 7th frame. And it looks like their anchor bowler, Dan, has gotten on track. Ball change, and he's gotten a ball that goes a little bit longer down the lane, doesn't react as harsh, and he is back on top of his game, it seems. And Andre Johnson misses a spare for the Lions. And Andre so far has a 48 in the 7th frame. Up for the Lions. Great ball for DeQuay. Watkins, but he leaves. It's like a 9-pin. So this should be but if he throws that backup ball, this could be a tricky conversion, which he tries to throw a, not sure, a straight backup. I'm not sure what ball that was, but nonetheless, he did not convert the spare. So coming down the stretch here, and what we call as in bowlers call the back half is a back 9, kind of like they do in golf, similar to that. The back 5 frames for the bowlers. We are in the 8th frame, and Dean Johnson gets up, leaves 1 pin as he's off of a strike, off of a double. So that's great bonus points there where you could double up on strikes. But let's see if he can convert this spare. Right lane, he's up, approach, lays the ball down, and it looks good. Straight at it. Up on the right lane. Up on the left lane for the Lions is Malik Taylor, and he throws the ball into the gutter. Those 2 gutter balls. Yeah, nothing. There's people here that get paid to clean out the gutters. We don't want these young men getting used to that. And they definitely don't want to get bumpers. We want them to be, able to bowl the ball and keep it on the lane. But nonetheless, these young men are having a great time as they are out off of school, building camaraderie with their classmates and their teammates in a competitive environment, learning skills that they can apply to life. Being on a team, learning how to fight through difficulty, learning to work together with other people. One of the things that we all should have in this life. So up on the left lane for the Lions, and it looks like Ben Probst, it looked like he almost tried to pick up the spare, but just left 1 pin. Up on the right lane, Mike Farrington, and he was on a 290 game, had a 6-strike run, Just left the 10 pin there. Should be able to pick that up, hopefully, with no problem. Up on the right lane, up on the left lane. Devon Maddock, and he leaves 1 pin. So we'll see here on the right lane if Mike can convert. One of the things I try to tell young bowlers is when you get on a strike or you throw a good ball, even if you don't convert, you got 15 seconds to be angry or upset about not getting the strike, but you have to move on and focus on the next shot. So I try to use a 15-second rule of frustration or being disappointed about a shot and move on to convert. Otherwise, it'll cost you more points in the next conversion. So up on the right lane is Tyler Larson. He was on a 9 spare. Started the game with a 6-bagger here. Looks like a good shot, and he crushes the pocket. Back on top of it, and Tyler has 199 so far in the 8th frame. Up on the left lane for the Lions, Andre, and he leaves 2 pins. Up on the right lane is the anchor, Dan Patowski, and looks like he leaves 1 pin. Ball looks like it may have run a little bit high on him, but he shouldn't have a problem with this conversion. On the left lane here, conversion for Andre Johnson is no good. So one of the things these young men have to understand is you have to stay focused on your mark, not looking at the pins. The pins are stationary, so you don't have to worry about them moving, as you may have to in other sports or activities. But focus on your mark and roll the ball over your mark and let the ball do what it is supposed to do. So that was a great job there. Great shot by DeQuay Watkins. Leaves a 10 pin. So this pin is going to be interesting for DeQuay because he likes to throw a backup ball. And not sure, but he throws a backup ball at it, and it looks like he has it. Great shot. Unconventional, but I've seen a lot of bowlers do that here lately, throw a backup ball at the 10 pin. But that was a great pickup. On the right lane there, we have Malik Taylor up, and he gets 1. On the left lane for the Wolverines, Dean Johnson, and he gets 9. So here, winding down this second match of 3 here with the Lions versus the Wolverines of Woodland Hills. The Woodland Hills Wolverines are leading the Lions 757 to 327. Led the second game by Mike Farrington and Tyler Larson. As both of those young men are in the 190s already in the 8th frame. So these are great scores for anyone who are bowlers, especially for these young men who are, bowling here in a high school competition. So up for the Wolverines on the left lane is Zach Verso. And Zach is up, and he leaves 1 pin. Up on the left lane for the Lions, Ben Probst. And Ben misses, gets a 3, and that's 60 there. Looks like a good spare here on the good try on the left lane. Just wide. Considered to be, unfortunately, when your ball goes that close to the pin, it's a drive-by. So, once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us here at North Versailles Bowling Center here in North Versailles, PA, where your Woodland Hills Wolverines are in a match. We are at 356 Lincoln Highway, North Versailles, PA. Give them a call. Come on out. Schedule your bowling party. Have a great time bowling. 412-824-6700. North Versailles Bowling Center. Great time. Great opportunity to have a great time. Back to the action here. the men's division, getting down to the foundation frame, which is the 10th frame here, where the Wolverine varsity men are leading the Lions 804 to 345. And it looks like Tyler misses a spare. Throws a great ball in a ninth, but has a 9 again and just got a little bit frustrated there with the 10 pin and throws it in the channel. Up for the Wolverines is their anchor bowler and their captain, Dan Patowski, and he throws the ball out, lets it roll up to the pocket, hits about 10, back to the pocket. Great shot, Dan. For the Lions, Andre Johnson misses, and he gets 6. He has 60 pins so far. Bowling is not as easy as it looks. You know, we watch the Pros Bowl on TV, and you have some people who have put many years in practicing with bowling. Bowling is not as simple as it looks due to the oil pattern, the different surfaces of the ball. There's different things that come into play, your ball speed, your angles. So these young people get used to bowling at a young age and practice. And we see a backup ball again. Great split conversion there by DeQuay Watson. The total score here in the foundation frame, going into the 10th frame, Woodland Hills Varsity Wolverine Boys Division, 824. The Propel Lions, 363. Once again, the varsity boys and girls for the Wolverines are 3-1, and the Lions are 0-4. So it looks like the Wolverines had some good time off. We all hope that you had a great holiday, a great Christmas, and a great New Year. Happy to be back here in 2020, and hope you have 2020 vision in 2020. We'd like to thank you for joining us live on Roxamore Sports Network. Again, the bowling today is our broadcast, where we have the Propel Lions taking on the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Up in the 10th frame, we have Zach Reverso on the right lane for the Wolverines. And he gets looks like he gets a 6. They call that, looks like a bucket there. Gonna up on the left lane. Ben is up and he rolls the ball. Ben Probst. And he gets 9. That was a better ball on the second one. If you do that on the first one, he'd have an opportunity. And it looks like Zach misses his spare on the right lane and finishes the game with a 109. Up on the left lane for the Lions is Devon Maddock. On the right lane for the Wolverines. And looks like Mike is getting a little bit light with his ball speed. Might want to pick up his ball speed a little bit and leaves a little baby split. This ball can be converted though, as on the left lane, the spare by Devon Maddox is not converted. On the right lane, up has to get the ball in between both of those pins. Looks like he rushed a little bit in his approach. Take your time on the approach, young man, and that ball in between both of those pins. Once again, the ball goes in the gutter on that left lane. So we're going to have to reset those pins. So Tyler Larson is up, the right lane, and he is off an open frame, so he can finish the game with a 247 if he strikes out. And he throws a good ball, and he leaves a 7-pin. So it looks like he's going to have a great game, but started the game with 6 in a row, and kind of lost himself a little bit there. It didn't strike as much on the back end, but has an opportunity to finish the game with about a 230 plus score. With the spare conversion there, I'm sure that young man's not happy with the score, but 227 so far with one ball coming. Can finish the game if he converts here with 10 and 237, which is a great score. On the left lane, Andre Johnson's up for the Lions, and he, once again, cleans out the gutter. Larson is up, and he strikes again. So that's a 237 game. Great game for Tyler. He started out almost on a 300 game, but finished up well. So we have great scores right here. Mike Farrington with a 223. Tyler with a 237. And right now Dan is finishing up their anchor and their captain. And he has a 176 so far with maybe possibly 2 balls left in the 10th. Let's see if he strikes here, then he would get a bonus ball. On the left lane there, the Quay Watkins finishes with a 128. So the total for the Lion varsity men's, the second game is 407. And right now, looks like the Wolverines they have a 923 with 1 ball left for their anchor bowler, Dan Patowski. So Dan can finish up, it looks like, with a 206. So that would be a good series for him so far. That would be a 206 and a 258. And he finishes, and he gets the back door luck. Pins fall forward, and he gets a strike. Didn't hit the pocket, but he got a strike to finish up with a 206. So the second match here, the Wolverines take the second match as well, 933 to 407 over the Lions. So here, live from North Versailles Bowling Center, we're going to take a moment here to take a short commercial break and thank our sponsors, and we will be right back.
Yeah. Here we go. Now when it's game time, I'm in my own zone. Yeah. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. Yeah. Now when it's game time, I'm in my own zone. Yeah. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. Yeah. I said game time is go time. Ready for the world premiere, we can call it showtime. Time is ticking down, so we set to go and blow by. Roxamore and hit hard, put them both together. What you got? Call it gold. Big money. Go hard every day. This game.
Welcome to Fit for Boxing Club.
Here at Fit for Boxing, you'll find a fast, fun, and effective workout where you can burn up to 1,000 calories.
Come try a free class at Fit for Boxing, where beginners are always welcome. It's fun for the whole family, people of all ages. Old or young, it doesn't matter. In addition to our trainer-led workouts, we also offer private lessons, community fundraiser and team building events for local companies and more.
Hi, my name's Mario. I've been a member at Fit for Boxing for a little over a year now. If you need to get a good workout in, come to Fit for Boxing, and Rich and his staff will take care of each and every one of you.
Fit for Boxing Club is located in Hampton Township, just outside of the city of Pittsburgh on William Flynn Highway. Come learn how to box and have fun. Call Fit for Boxing Club at 412-213-3584 or visit our website at www.fitforboxingclub.com.
Welcome back, live at North Versailles Bowling Center here in North Versailles, PA. Bowling match, high school bowling, the Woodland Hills Wolverines versus the Braddock Hills Propel Lions, where in both matches so far, the Wolverines have a decided advantage, and they are winning both matches so far 2-0. We like to take a moment right now while we have some time to thank our sponsors. We'd like to thank Cager's Custom Artwork. Please look at Cager's Custom Artwork for all your logo and artwork and design needs. On Facebook, Cliff Cager. Instagram, Cliff Cager42. Phone number 412-915-6873. Email cagerscustomartwork@gmail.com for all your artwork needs and design. And we would like to just thank you for taking your time this afternoon to be with us here live at North Versailles Bowling Center. But while we have a moment, we'd like to take the time to look at our sponsor here, Worldwide. We'd like to take the time to take you to get the single Worldwide by Boona on Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, and more. Thank you. Get yours today. Boona Worldwide. So here the second match for the boys division here was 933. The Wolverines to 407. They had 3 200 bowlers here in that second match, so the Lions were overpowered by the Wolverines there. Great scores. 3 of their bowlers had 206, 237, and I think a 223. So those are great scores for anybody, high school bowlers or, just recreation or league bowlers or professional bowlers. So we are going back live here in the third match here. The third game here for the Lions and the Wolverines varsity male division. So far with the Wolverines winning the first 2 games of this match, that would give them the victory. So this match is kind of just those guys should be free to bowl and relax because they know they have a victory in hand, which would push their record to 4-1 for the season, with their only loss at White Oak Lanes, our first broadcast. In the ladies division, the Lady Wolverines win that second game 684 to 369 over the Lady Lions. So that would put them up 2-0 as well. Like this time to thank you for joining us here at North Versailles Bowling Center, live on Roxamore Sports Network. This is a great opportunity for the young people to get out and be on a team sport, to have a great time, enjoy bowling, spend some time with their classmates and teammates, and enjoy a sporting activity and learn some great lessons that can be applicable to life and help them throughout. So up on the lane here so far, here in the third game of this match, right now the Woodland Hills Wolverines are leading the Propel Lions 101 to 52. Up on the right lane, Tyler Lawson working off of a strike in his first frame. Ball is out, gets the ball out to about 10 board, and it goes high. He leaves a 2-pin conversion there. Shouldn't be difficult to do, but with the lanes drying out a little bit, Tyler may have to move inside to get his ball out a little bit wider. And on the right lane, that was the Quay Watson. Ball goes high, Brooklyn, and he leaves a 2-pin conversion. Good spare conversion there for Tyler on that left lane. So Tyler has 30 in the first 2 frames, working off of a spare. DeQuay throws a backup ball, and he throws it in the gutter. Up on the right lane is the captain for the Wolverines. And Dan throws a strike. He threw that ball about 17 miles an hour. So good ball speed, little straighter line there, good carry, and he gets a strike. So with 2 frames complete here in the third game, the Wolverines are leading the Lions 141 to 70. Dean is up on the right side for the Wolverines, and he strikes. Up on the left lane is Malik, and he gets a 6 on his first ball. So good thing is the young man is bowling the ball. He's keeping it on the lane. Just have to, just get his practice in, spend some time in the lanes practicing. Up on the right lane, Zach throws the ball, and ball really hung on all the way down the lane. Goes in the gutter at the last minute. So Malik picks up 2. So he leaves 2 pins on the left lane. Up for his second ball here. Zach is on the right lane for the Wolverines. And it looks like he gets 5 out of that frame. So he has 32 so far. Up on the left lane for the Lions is Ben. And Ben throws a gutter ball. So it looks like these young people are getting a little bit tired. Maybe after a long day of school here, and now you come out afterwards and you bowl. These young men are a little bit tired. But it looks like Mike gets up for the Wolverines, and he leaves 1 pin. So this should be a fairly easy spare conversion for Mike. As Mike has a 8-pin conversion. He shouldn't have a problem completing that. Let's get the ball out to the right of the pin and let the ball carry over, and he slips at the line, but he picks up the spare. Up on the left lane for the Wolverines. Up on the left lane for the Lions, excuse me, is Devon Maddock. Devon is up. And yeah, so you have to be careful when just on the other side of the foul line, there is oil. So a lot of people would come out and bowl, and that's why they always tell you at the bowling alley to be safe and not cross over that line, because if you do cross over that line, there is oil out there. Maybe not so much in open bowling, but in like team events like this, high school bowling, or in league events, that there is oil out there on those lanes. On the right lane, we have Tyler up for the Wolverines. And Tyler had a great game last game. He ended up with like a 237, and he gets up and he strikes again. So great ball speed, 15.1 miles per hour. Great location, 10 in the pit. So Tyler's back on top of it, 50 in the third frame. Up on the left lane for the Lions is Andre. And looks like Andre gets 6. Up on the right lane is Dan, the captain for the Wolverines, and he throws the ball. Comes up a little bit off of his shot, but he gets the ball to hold the line and carries. When you throw it 17 miles per hour, it's going to hold the line for you. So looked like Dan went to a little bit less aggressive ball, something that would go a little bit longer, and got it out there, and the ball held the line. Up on the left lane for the Propel Lions is Andre. And Andre gets up there and he picks up a spare, 5 and a spare. It's 34 here in the third frame. Up on the right lane for the Lions is Malik, and he rolls the ball nice and soft, and he gets 5. Up on the right lane, up on the left lane for the Lions as well is DeQuay, and he throws a gutter ball. So one thing about bowling is you have to take your time, you have to move deliberate and precisely. So you get a little fast with your feet, you get a little fast with your motion. You cannot be accurate. You cannot repeat shots. So contrary to popular belief, you have to practice. It just doesn't happen. You can get out here and get lucky and get strikes every now and then. But to be consistent, to be an average of a 200 bowler or better, it's going to take practice, and it's good to see these young people out here practicing. Good ball on the right lane for Malik with a spare conversion, 5 and a spare. Up on the left lane for the Wolverines is Dean. The approach. Throws the ball down the middle, and he gets 7. Up on the right lane for the Lions is Ben. Ben throws, and he looks like he gets 4 pins. He leaves 6. Spare conversion on the left lane for Dean, and he gets 2 and leaves 1. A little choppy sign there, leave 1. But nonetheless, gutter ball here on the right lane for Ben. So once again, the Wolverines are leading in the male division here, varsity, live on Roxamore Sports Network. North Versailles Bowling Center, where the Wolverine males are leading 2-0, and the varsity female division is leading 2-0 as well. Score right now here in the third game is 231 to 122. The Wolverines are leading. Good pickup on that left lane by Zach. A 7 and a spare. Up on the right lane. Looks like Devon picks up 1 pin. So a gutter ball on the first ball for Devon, and he gets 1. Young people have to stay focused and practice and technique. Up on the right lane is Mike, and he strikes on the left lane for Mike for the Wolverines. So Mike so far has 58 on a strike in the 4th frame. The score is the Wolverines 254, the Lions 143. Strike ball on the right lane by Andre Johnson of the Lions. Good ball by Andre Johnson. Up on the left lane is Tyler. Tyler had a 237 the last game. Up, and he throws the ball. There's a lot of hook on the ball. Gets the ball out and crushes him. Blows Tim back in the pocket. So this young man is bowling very well today. And on the right lane, DeQuay Watson. So DeQuay gets a strike. So right now we're looking at, that is 4 strikes in a row. Up on the right lane, you have the anchor bowler for the Wolverines. Up, and he gets 8. Dan throws the ball a little bit hard, 17.9, but misses his mark, gets the ball a little bit wide of his mark there. And gets an 8. And has an opportunity to convert this spare here. Has to allow the ball to take out both of these pins. So he's probably going to hook the ball at this. As a straight ball might be a little difficult, but we'll see what he does, what his approach is on his spare. Approach is up. Goes the ball and hooks it right between it. Yes, great job there. He changes balls and goes to probably a less aggressive ball, to something that will stay on line, and he picks up the spare conversion. Dan is a great bowler. So here after 4 frames at North Versailles Bowling Center on Roxamore Sports Network, Woodland Hills Varsity Male Division is leading the Propel Lions 302 to 153. Dean for the Wolverines is up, and he strikes. Up for the Lions is Malik, and he gets 5. Up for the Wolverines on the right lane is Zach, and Zach goes off a spare, and Zach gets a 6. Up on the left lane, attempting his second ball, spare shot. Malik gets 2, so he gets an 8 total on that frame. Zach is up on the approach, his spare, and he misses. He gets a 7 pin, but it leaves 3 pins up on deck. As we move into the back 9, we are in the 5th frame, the last game, 3rd game of a 3-game match between the Woodland Hills Wolverines and the Braddock Hills Propel Lions. Mike for the Wolverines just up on that right lane, and he strikes. Up on the left lane is Devon, and for the Lions, and he gets a 6. So up on the right lane is Tyler Larson. Tyler, again, is on a double right now, looking for a little turkey. And the ball is out. It looks a little bit light, and it does. The ball goes just a little bit high. And he leaves 2 pins. It should be an easy conversion for him. Good effort over there on that left lane for Devon. He gets 2. He has 30 on the approach for Tyler and the spare. And he goes to a plastic ball, holds the line, and easy spare conversion for a score of 98 here in the 5th frame. Up on the left lane Mr. Andre, and he gets 8. Up on the right lane, the anchor bowler, Dan, goes a little high, and he gets a little luck out of that. Looks like a 7-10, 4-7-10, but he gets out of it with a strike. And, you know, sometimes that happens in bowling. You throw a great shot, and you're left with a pin, and you throw a bad shot, and you get a little love. I always say that, you know, yeah, that happens here in bowling. It all balances itself out here. So up on the left lane is the Quay, and he bowls the ball out, gets it out to about 1 board, and that ball cuts hard. Leaves 3 pins. Looks like he left a 3-6-10. So that is going to be an interesting spare for him. For Mr. DeQuay likes to throw a backup ball. So he throws the ball out to the left and tries to bring it back to the right, and he misses them all. So that is a pretty interesting ball to see. You throw a backup ball at that pins on the right side of the lane. See, for some of those it might be advantageous, but you have to go back to the drawing board and put in some work on that spare conversion with that backup ball. So here, after 5 frames, the score is 393 Woodland Hills Wolverines to 218 the Lions of Propel Braddock Hills. So looking here at the girls division, just to give you an update, here in the third match, early in the third match, the Woodland Hills Lady Wolverines are leading the Lady Lions 43-20 in the first frame of their third match. So the Lady Wolverines are up 2-0 as well. So we'll keep you abreast on that score as well as it goes along. Back to the action here. The male division. Up on the left lane is Zach for the Wolverines. Lays the ball down, and it looks good. He just touches that headpin and gets a strike. Great ball by Zach. He has 65 there. And it looks like a 7-10 split on that right lane for Ben. So once again, for those of you that bowl, I've only seen very few 7-10 split conversions. But on that left lane there, Mike picks up a strike and the approach for the 7-10 split conversion. And it looks like Ben picks up the 10 pin, so he gets 1. So that's an opportunity there, but that's a tough shot. It's not impossible to make, but definitely very difficult to make, spare conversion. So up on the left lane is Tyler on the Wolverines, and he strikes again. So right now, it's a pretty tough match because Mike is on a 3-bagger, a little turkey for Mike for the Wolverines. But also, the anchor bowler is up right now, Dan, and he gets up and he leaves a 7-pin. So Dan is up. So we've had some great scores so far tonight. Right now, we'll keep an eye on this last match for the men, and we will pick our Roxamore Player of the Game, MVP. So we will have that coming up, but we'll keep an eye on this game as we get a spare conversion by Dan, anchor bowler of the Wolverines. It gives him 118 in the 6th frame. So up on the right lane here, We have Mr. Andre for the Lions. Picked up 3 on his first attempt. See if he can pick up this spare. And it doesn't look good. Gets the ball in the same general area. Kept it on the lane, but hit the same area. Did not convert any pins. So he has 80 in the 6th frame. Up on the right lane for the Lions. DeQuay gets the ball out to about board number 3. With all the revs he puts on the board, on the ball hooks past the head pin and leaves 3 pins. So this is going to be an interesting conversion, but I'm not sure that he's quite mastered the control over his ball yet. So up on the right lane, conversion. Throws the ball hard down the center, and he converts it. Good pickup there, as he had a sleeper pin there by DeQuay. And he has a 67 in the 6th frame. So up for the Lions is Malik. Leadoff bowler for the Lions. Rolls the ball. It looks like a good line. And he leaves 3 pins. Up on the right lane is Dean. And he leaves 2 pins there. It looks like on the left lane, like a 5-9-10 split. Couldn't be converted. You'd have to get the ball right between those 2 pins to convert that. Up on the right lane, it looks like a 5-8, and he misses it. So right here, early in the 7th frame, the Wolverine males are leading 496 to 277 over the Lions of Propel Braddock Hills. Thank you for joining us this afternoon here live on Roxamore Sports Network, where we bring you a variety of sporting events. Thank you for joining us. And I would like to just take a moment to go back and talk about this bowling center. You want to get an opportunity to come out and enjoy bowling with your family, your friends. North Versailles Bowling Center in North Versailles, PA. 356 Lincoln Highway. Their phone number is 412-824-6700. Come on out. Team outing, team building, fun for friends and family, young and old, bowling, North Versailles Bowling Center. We'd like to take a moment also to thank our sponsors, or not, but we just have an opportunity to be here live with you on Roxamore Sports. And back to the live action here, late in the 3rd game here, where the Wolverines are leading both divisions, male and female, 2-0 over the Propel Lions of Braddock Hills, where Tyler Larson, one of our candidates here for MVP, gets up here in the 7th frame and throws another strike, where he is. The Wolverines have a very strong lineup. Their last 3 bowlers are very, very strong. All of them can shoot a 200 as they did last game. Mike, Tyler, and Dan are all great bowlers, and they have all. In the 7th frame, we have Dan gets up and strikes. And so these bowlers are lining them up here as they have, all of them have 138 here in the 7th frame, and they are all working off of a strike. So be interesting to see if these guys can go to the wall, as we call it in bowling, and run off the sheet. The Propel Lions seem to be overmatched here by the Wolverines. These bowlers here look like they've been bowling a long time. They're very seasoned. They understand the angles. They understand adjustments. They know how to get to the pop early and often, and they've been striking quite a bit on the Lions. So here, late in the 7th frame of the 3rd match, the Wolverines are leading 580 to 296. Up for the Lions is Andre on the left lane as he goes for a spare conversion, and he throws it in the channel, a gutter ball. Up on the left lane for the Lions, Mr. DeQuay, and he's up, and he throws a backup ball for his first ball, and it goes in the gutter. So once again, it's interesting to see DeQuay throw that backup ball. You know, we had a lot of different bowlers come out in the last few years. You have very well-known pro, Jason Belmonte, who made it big for these people to throw a two-handed ball. And then you have people working on backup balls. To find an alternative to be able to pick up spares to your right. If for a right-handed bowler have difficulties usually making a 10-pin, but you have people, putting that into their game and part of their regular bowling approach. That time it didn't work out too well for DeQuay. Up for the Wolverines on the left lane is Dean, and he gets a 7. Up on the right lane is Malik, and he gets a 5 in his first ball. So he left a lot of pins over there to clean up. He's going to have to be very precise in order to clean up these pins. And it looks like Dean is up for the spare conversion, and he misses it. So Dean has 94 here in the 8th frame. Looks like he has a chance. Great conversion for Malik. Gets a 4 to first ball and picks up 6. Great ball, great conversion. Up on the left lane is Zach. And Zach throws the ball and picks up 5 pins and leaves 5. So this is not going to be easy, a spare conversion on the left lane. We have Ben up. Ben gets 3 in his first ball. Zach is up on the approach. And he has a chance to pick up the spare, and he converts. Great job. And on the right lane, Ben throws the ball in the channel. So we have on the left lane, Mike for the Wolverines, and he is on a 4-bagger. So we'll see if he can continue to string them out. Turkey and Hambone, and he gets the ball, and the ball does not move, and he gets 7. He played the ball a little bit tight, but didn't put enough hand in the ball, but great run by Mike there after 4 in a row. Conversion there for Mike on the left lane, and it looks like he converts on the left lane there. So up on the right lane is Devon, and he has a sleeper pin. So this is not the easiest conversion in the world because you have to hit it head on to convert it. And once he left the sleeper behind there. So he did hit the front pin but wasn't able to convert it. Up on the left lane is our guy here, one of our candidates, Tyler, for MVP, and he leaves a 10 pin. Up on the right lane for the Lions with 8 on his first ball, Mr. Andre. Great ball. Spare conversion on a 10 pin. And it looks good. by Tyler. He goes to a plastic ball, which will hold the line, and he feathers it out and carries the 10 pin. So up on the left lane for the Wolverines is their captain, their leader, Dan Patowski. Dan is up on the approach. Let's see what he does here. In the 8th frame, gets the ball out to about 5. Ball comes back late, and he leaves 1 pin. And conversion for Andre, and he misses 2 pins. Spare conversion for Dan, and he converts it. Up on the right lane with a strike. DeQuay, great ball. So, again, DeQuay throws a good ball, but you have to be consistent in bowling if you're going to win matches. 1 strike, 2 strikes a game will not win you many matches. Up on the right lane for the Wolverines, as Dean is up, his approach looks good. Ball in, but he throws a split. Now this split here can be converted, but Dean is going to have to get the ball out towards the 10 pin area and let it slide over. Slide the pin over and take out the other pin here. So, up on the left lane, there's Malik, and he gets 8. Dean is up, and he throws the ball. He has a chance. Good effort. Good concept. He understood what to do, but just couldn't convert. On the left lane, it looks like that's going to be a miss for Malik. Here we are in the foundation frame, live at North Versailles Bowling Center, where the Woodland Hills Wolverine varsity bowling team, male and female division, are taking on the Propel Lions of Braddock Hills, where the Wolverines are leading in both matches, 2-0, and look to have a decisive lead here in the 3rd game of each match. On the male division, the varsity Wolverines are winning 702 to 337, with Mike on the right lane throwing a Brooklyn strike. Lanes are drying up a little bit. When you got 3 bowlers on that right side wearing out the oil, as these young men have on the right side, it's going to take a lot of speed. Either going to have to speed up your ball or have to ball down into something less aggressive in order to keep the ball on that right side into the pocket, or change your angle and move all the way left as a young man. That's a strike there for Mr. Larson. So that's a strike there. Gives him 187 in an 8th frame. On the left lane, you had Devon up, and he gets an 8. Up on the right lane is the captain for the Wolverines. And Dan throws a strike. So here we are with the foundation frame being completed by the Wolverines. So they are right now in holding pattern, waiting on the Lions to finish their 9th frame. And we'll go into the 10th frame with a decisive lead of 762 to 387 right now for the Lions. Taking a moment to look at the ladies division here. Right now, here in the 5th frame for the ladies, the Lady Wolverines are leading the Lady Lions 255 to 159. So we'll keep an eye on those scores as well. But back to the action here. The Wolverines. Yeah, so we're going to take a look at good pickup there for Andre. Great pickup there, young man. So panning over, taking On the right lane again. So Mr. DeQuay, that's 2 strikes in a row. Although he didn't hit the pocket, he crossed over Brooklyn. He got a carry on that strike there. So that's 2 strikes there for DeQuay for the Lions. Yeah, he doesn't appear to put his thumb in the ball, and he actually